Greetings and welcome back to Panda Oasis. It is wonderful to see you all again, or at least to be present for you to watch this episode today. So I'll open up with a prayer. Spirit, we thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for allowing for this moment, this connection with the other person to be here. May it be something in it for them to hear and to allow for them to utilize and create new beliefs to or strengthen beliefs in order for them to continue to move forth and having a relationship with you, no matter what the name that they call you. May they feel it in their heart. May they own it for themselves so they can have the awareness that they need. Ashe. So today we are talking about why you must renew your mind and how. So often, sometimes we get confused, and the world has this way. Because I know for me personally, that sometimes things look crazy, right? Uh, it may look like things are out of order, things are crazy, yet you hear me say the universe ways are not our ways, right? So, of course, sometimes it can present itself as going haywire or seeming almost crazy, but yet it's the exact thing that is needed in order for you to go ahead and keep going forward. But how do you even get yourself to feel a particular type of way that supports you in what you are desiring, right? You hear people say, stay within the frequency, um, be delusional, right? Like, act like you already have it. Once you ask, it's already done. Don't admit out and don't speak of these negativity things, because then they will be amplified. And even that is almost a scare tactic, because that too can get you stuck, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't think about that. If I think about that, then it's going to go haywire. I got to think about something different. And then what does that present? How does that even come off for you, right? And I know personally for me, it was like a thing that was just all over the place. Like it ran me ragged to know I'm a very high energetic, very good person. Um I go after the things that I typically want, but the last few years has not looked so much of what how I used to do things, right? And it almost required for me to level up. And so even when I look around sometimes, it's all like, is that what's going on the inside of me? Like what's going on? Right? And we all have that tendency to see and say something ain't matching, right? Or you hear people say, again, ask and it shall be given. That's you already have it, right? We was having a discussion last night on Panda Oasis Soul Sessions. If you're interested, please let me know. I'll put you on the list. And then it's conversations like this, but it's a group of us having that conversation, because I'm always a teacher and a student. So I'm always willing to hear what someone has to say, because to me, it's always about perspective. Right. And if you can gain new perspective, you can increase your consciousness to be able to do certain things. What gets me to saying what I'm saying, we were having a conversation, and it was almost as if, well, I don't want to say that. Let me say that. I feel like spirit wants me to say something different. And it has to do with the whole being nice and being friendly thing, because that's the thing that just popped up. So we're going to talk about that for a second. You it sounds selfish, it sounds crazy, but you can't worry about the next person, right? You can have love, you can have understanding, but if it doesn't align with something that's deeply resonating with you and the desires that you're trying to get to, then there has to be a point where you have to put your foot down and tell them you are unable to do that, because just because you're like wanting to be nice and do something, so excuse me, you will find yourself uh oh, thank you. It didn't want me to, my throat chakra was trying to hit me up. Don't hit me up. Anyway, so we were talking about this, and it was all like you're still emitting a particular frequency, right? So you're wanting a new car, you want a new job, you want a new home, you want something else and all these things, and it's a yearning, it's a wanting, like I don't have it. And yes, you are supposed to get into a frequency where it feels as if you do. um Again, how, why, this seems all over the place, but we just gonna just ride it out with me. Ride it out with me. So you're going through all these things. Life doesn't look all that great yet. If this is my inner showing my outer, what's going on with me on the inside? Those are questions that I've asked myself personally and my clients. Like, what is it? Right? What is the true feeling? Did you feel like actually doing that? Well, no, I was tired. I needed to lay down, but I knew they needed help. Okay. And if they really needed it, trust me, the universe will bring them somebody that is equipped and capable of doing that for them. But just because you're like, "Ah, I just wanted to be nice and get it done," you're emitting a frequency undertone that doesn't agree with the path that you're going on, right? So you don't want to keep putting those things out. So that goes back to me saying, why is it important for you to renew your mind? It is so important for you to start your day in a way that it allows for you to renew yourself. If you don't, if you, when you wake up, don't be so quick to grab your phone unless you want to put some music on in a way of allowing for you to awaken, connect with the vibrations, with spirit, with the most high. Put on some worship type of music, something that gets you going, makes you feel happy, because the universe loves that energy. Right. And then on top of that, begin to listen to things that helps remind you of things that you need to remember. One of the things I would get into is kind of like Abraham Hicks, or I have a few tarot readings that I like to listen to, motivational 20 minutes, affirmations going. And even I'll write myself affirmations. I got a board over here on this side where I have written affirmations as it's come to me. And so I'll just read it. But those things are important because it's reinforcing and reminding yourself of the possibilities of how things can go. And when you don't do those type of things, you can get engulfed in the world really, really fast. So you can look at your phone and see notifications. You get withdrawals. Your deposit didn't come through. The money you were looking for. You got a nasty text from a friend or a spouse or something, and now you're rattled, and now your day feels hectic and crazy, and you're just over this. People always says, "I need my cup of coffee because I can't be at my best." These are beliefs that you're forming and is giving it back to you in ways that may not support you in the underlying. Like, you don't really want to have a bad day, right? Yet you don't realize how you're participating in the day. That's the part that you have to try to figure out. And that's why renewing of the mind on a daily basis can benefit you if you allow for yourself to just sit back, relax, take in some stuff at the beginning of the day, right? If you have to be somewhere at 8 and you get up at 7 to start getting dressed, make sure you attempt hit it 6 o'clock. And if you don't wake up, sit one for 6:30. So 6:30. That way you know that you're gonna wake up within this 6 o'clock range before the time that you have to be up and out and moving to get to where you gotta go. Right. And so you build this thing because you hear it and you say, and even if you wake up and you're just like, thank you. I wake up and I'm like, Yahuwah, thank you. You are my shepherd. I lack for nothing. Like, thank you. And then I begin my day. I listen to, like I said, different worship music. I may listen to chants. I may listen to affirmations. I may listen to just collective or zodiac style tarot, because it's just information and just vibes. I just like doing it. It's my thing. So I'm encouraging you to figure out what piques your interest and what makes you begin to see the world differently, because you have to cultivate and strengthen the perspective that you see and the beliefs that you feel and the actions that you actually take. Those are some really, really key things that you have to do in order to make sure that you are combating what the world wants to show you. So that goes on that term that says walk by faith, not by sight. And it's hard to walk by faith sometimes if you're not allowing for yourself to renew in the information that you need in order to keep going. I hear these, I'm listening to Abraham Hicks. I probably listen because they chop her stuff up and then they repackage it as something different. But when you listen to it, you're like, oh no, I heard this before, but I never change it. I always say it's something that I need to hear. And it's always like, I like also listening and watching Neuro Knowledge. He's a really cool guy to watch. And it's been amazing to see his how things has been progressing and how great things have been going. And he has a book, Outsmarting Reality. Check it out. We actually are reading that together in the soul session. So feel free again if you want, put a comment and I will make sure that I get you on to the mailing list. Therefore, you can get the link and everything to partake and join with us. Outside of that, you start to hear things, the better of your conscience, the better that you strengthen your awareness, you will begin to hear things differently. Now, that's like, for an example, I've read certain books. Like last night, I told you we had the soul session last night, and we're reading the Neuro Knowledge book of Outsmarting Reality. I probably already listened to it probably about 2 other times on my own. And so then now I'm listening with them in real time. And boy, I took so many notes as if I never heard the book in the first place. But a couple of things happened. I'm in a much different place to receive the message that was meant for me within it. And not only was I ready to receive it, but I was also ready to act on it. I was also ready to build beliefs around it. And that's just because I have been feeding myself information to remind me of my greatness, of my power, of what I'm capable of doing. I don't have to be in a hole or feel trapped and say, I can't do anything. This is how life is. No, that's not true. You have to allow for yourself to see that when you have new possibilities, it's because you have a new perspective. And you have a new perspective because now you've taken in some information at a different level of consciousness that you can present and bring awareness to yourself where you can actually act on it. It's easier said than done, because there have been plenty times that I've been in a particular position and I'm like over it. I don't want to hear anybody's good news or anybody's, and I have to check myself in that, right? I was in a meeting and these people were talking about these really great things, and I found myself having an attitude. And I had to say, why you have an attitude? Why are you feeling that way? What's the beef, girl? And it was really, again, it's my perspective. My inner is coming out. So I'm projecting on them like, oh, they don't know this. They need to work on that. They need to do this. First off, Amanda, you don't know everything, right? And you know that you have to be a student and a teacher. In this moment, you are being a student. Take in the information, take what resonates, leaves what doesn't. Why are you having this such conflict? And I had to check myself. And after I got off the call, I was all like, that was really good information that I get. I'm glad that I was able to catch myself going down this random rabbit hole of feelings that didn't serve me. And not only did I not be able to like understand what that was, but afterwards I put on like music that supported things that I wanted to also hear, that I needed the reinforcement for what had just happened. So it gave me a chance to renew the thoughts that was in my brain, and it allowed for me to begin to feel something different. It allowed for me to show myself grace and nurture myself. It allowed for me to operate out of unconditional love for myself. So the things that I go through, I'm here to share with you all, because your experience will always be, to some level, some degree, slightly different. But if our paths cross, there's something that we can see in each other. There's a frequency that is occurring, a synchronicity that allows for our paths to cross, because there's something in it for the both of us. And then we take that and keep going. Right? Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful things. I kid you not. Just give yourself 2 weeks. And if you don't see an increment change in how you're feeling, how you're viewing, hit me up. Let's talk about it. Get a discovery call. Let's have a quick 15 minutes. Let's really get to the root of what's going on and why are you deciding to carry weights instead of stairs? Because you got to take the things that happen in life and take them and build stairs with them. It's always something in it for you. I don't care how your childhood started, what's been going on. If the ultimate source, the most high, the universe, is energy and spirit, and it decided to be in a vessel such as myself, because you see me right here, or yourself, it wants to carry out an experience. And it doesn't see things as good and bad. It just sees it as an experience of wanting to see how they can expand and grow. So, yes, some of us end up having very short end of the stick feels. But how many that has started with those short sticks still soared high? And when you listen to how they talk and the things that they remembered and said to themselves, they was journaling, they were scripting, they were reminding themselves on a daily of something that they could do. I could be a great. I could be a great. And it just didn't say it. They put it into action, right? Especially with athletes, right? They go out, they're working out, they're doing certain things to kind of get that going. Actors and actresses, they may carry different personalities throughout the day just to see if they can do it. How can I carry that? What would that person be like? Right? Or want someone wanting to be even a teacher, right? They're finding ways, especially in this day and age of technology, they're finding ways to be able to get these things out. So I encourage you to understand you must on a daily, because what was in the past has already occurred. What is in the future may not even go that way. Everything is solely and always dependent on how you handle the present moment. And in every present moment that you can, you want to renew your mind as often as possible. I got a great playlist. I got a playlist that's called Affirmation with Feelings that I can jam to that. I can be like, oh, yes, I'm singing it, because remember, it provokes a feeling. It's me saying it, it's me doing affirmations, right? And it's putting in this feeling and this vibe out in the universe. It helps me to clear the clutter and the chaos that the world likes to present. Because when it's the truth of it all, the root, the materialization of something is pretty much the last step of bringing something to life. The very first step in it all is the download. It's what you're thinking. It's how you're speaking, right? Like if we take it through chakras, right? We have what we're thinking, our crown chakra. Then we have this vision in our third eye of what it could be. Then we're talking about it. Now we're putting feeling to it because what we're talking about, we feel it, we just know, and we can sense it, and it emits this vibration that's going out, which causes situations to start coming towards us, which then in our solar plex, we can have the confidence to be able to put into action the things that we're talking about and desiring as if it's already, right? I say I want to be on stages and I want to talk. So, what must I have to do in order to do that? I have to create opportunities. And I have to say, oh, I don't have money. I can't do this. I can't do that. One, I'm in a phenomenal Ladies League of Detroit organization. And tonight we are actually having a Shine and Speak, I think it is called Shine and Speak. But anyway, it's over public speaking. You have Toastmasters. You have plenty of things that you can look up and see how you can talk in the most simplest, free way that you can do it. It's find platforms, right? You have right over, oops. You have right here StreamYard. You see the logo, right? I just use the free account and be able to make videos like that. You can use Zoom. They have free. You can record, upload, right? You even have the Spotify creator. I can't remember the platform that they use. Riverside. That's what it is. Riverside. All right. You can go live on Instagram, Facebook. You can go live on TikTok and different things. And some of those things also allow for you to get money back. So that is what I want to do. I have to present and come out as often as possible in order to do that. But how can I do that? I just have to continue to renew my mind so I don't allow for my old frequency or old self to be like, that ain't what we do. You remember when you was in third grade, you was on the radio, they said that you could pronounce all these things. When you be talking, sometimes it seems like you be all over the place. You cannot do that. I cannot let those thoughts win. I have to combat it. And I combat it as I do in the morning, throughout the day, at night, whenever I need it. But definitely when I get up, I got headphones in. Everyone knows probably give me good 30 solid minutes at minimum. But I'm gonna wake up before everybody does because I want to do my meditation. I may do a little journaling if I'm led to it. I may pull some cards for myself if I'm led to it. I may do those things, and then I'm listening to something. Get me in a gym. 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not even listening to music. I'm listening to some lecture of some sort, absorbing the information as it's coming. So those are just important. Oh, let's finish. I didn't finish this chakra. So now I'm believing and I'm knowing. So now in that solar plex area, I'm taking action, right? And for me, taking action, it allows for me to go into that sacral chakra to be created and to be birthed. And then the root chakra, here it is, planted into this world because I simply thought about it. I saw a vision. I talked about it. And when I say talk about it, I'm not saying go and tell the world all these things that you want to do because that's a quick way of letting it deteriorate, only because other people will speak other frequencies into your frequency and try to block you and destroy what you have going on with their limitations. So you cannot speak to everybody about everything. Yet what you can do is just speak it to yourself, right? You can look in the mirror. You can say, I'm so proud of you. You are doing your thing. You did that, right? And then also the way that I want to carry myself. Again, how I naturally just speak and carry myself. Because remember, your throat chakra has to do with self-expression. So I'm going to hold myself to a particular standard so it can have the feel of what I'm aiming for, right? Yet open to the possibility. So I'm not so rigid that it gotta look like this, but I'm open to what it can look like. And I'm gonna just keep moving because the present moment is the only moment that matters because it's the present that I have. Right. And then as that goes down, it brings love and just self trust for myself and what my spirit and understanding what my ancestors have for me. right? And then that bridge carried down into the physical of me taking action in that solar plex, me giving birth and creating those ideas and those inventions and those conversations and the different things out of my sacral. And then here it is in this world, and we are enjoying it. I am liking it, and this is what I was always meant to be doing. But it took a road to get there. It really, really did. Because I was fighting limited beliefs, I was fighting the words of other people, the status quo. There's so many things that just you have to make sure that you install into your life. And like I said, finding that balance and renewing your mind will be key. I thank you so much for spending this time with me. I didn't think I would be on that long. It's just I'm really passionate, and I love the topic. It's something that I just really been wanting to make sure that I spread. It's been, like I said, on my mind, and I cannot shake it. So I just want to make sure that I shared this and with you all, and you can share it with someone else. You can re-listen to this. I greatly appreciate your time. If you need any assistance with anything, do not hesitate. Like I said, you can do a discovery session a few times. It's 15 minutes. We're going to discuss, of course, eventually you got to honor the laws of give and take. You have to honor the laws of give and take, because like, how you not honoring it? But you want something, right? Anyway, there's so many ways that we can go ahead and achieve, as long as you put yourself first. You're understanding that you are in your self-discovery, self-mastery, self-knowledge. You will see and perceive the world so differently as long as you go ahead and continue to pour into yourself and understand that the Most High, the universe, your ancestors, they love you no matter what. That's unconditional love. If you have breath in your body today, you have been blessed to do so much. Just take one small step. I'm not asking you to take the grand leap across. I'm asking you to take a step in the right direction. Welcome to Pandora Aces. I have enjoyed your time. I appreciate you. May you be well. May you be great. Make sure you subscribe, share, comment below. I look forward to reading what you have, and maybe keep this conversation going. And also let me know what you want to hear as well, like things that just come up. If you come across, if it resonates, if you're just curious about it, let's talk about it. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's expand on it. Okay. Let's help you renew your mind in ways that you need to. Recommendations and all. I can do that. All right. You all take care. Be blessed. Ashe.